Hey guys, this is just going to be a real quick little video to help you with this week's assignments. So let's go ahead and find this week's assignments. We do it the exact same way we have every other week. Scroll down, find this week. It's April 6th through April 10th. We'll click on it, and it'll take you to this week's page. So the very first thing that you're going to see is a link for a PowerPoint presentation. I created that PowerPoint presentation to guide you step by step through this entire process and to give you some examples of what quality work would look like. So let's go ahead and click on it. All right, so the very first thing that you see is an overview of this week's assignments. You have 6 tasks that you're going to be responsible for completing this week. First one is to read 5 online news stories. So those news stories can come from whatever sources you want. They can come from CNN or Fox News or BuzzFeed or whatever news outlets that you like to read. And they don't have to be about COVID-19 or any other specific news topic. They can be about celebrities or sports or whatever else interests you. As long as there are news stories that you find online, you're going to be good to go. Step 2 is going to be to use those stories to fill out what is called the analysis of news stories chart. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you so there's no confusion here. That chart looks like this. All right, it's broken down into a few columns. And in the next section of my PowerPoint, you will see an example of how I want you to fill that thing out. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So it asks for the name of the title or news story. I wrote mine down. It was a little news story about Zantac, the stomach medicine. The news story was called FDA calls for heartburn drug Zantac to be pulled from market immediately. The source of the news story was CNN. I saw it on the first. It asked what the subject says. I went ahead and gave a 1-sentence description of what the subject says. The author says that the over-the-counter drug Zantac could be potentially dangerous to consumers. What is the issue that the subject is talking about? The over-the-counter drug Zantac could possibly cause cancer in people who take it. Then it asks if I agree or disagree. I said I agree with the article because, and then I give my reason why. It says that the FDA has been investigating the drug since the summer of 2019. And then finally, it asks if you have any follow-up questions, and I do. My follow-up question would be, should people who have taken the drug recently be worried? So basically, that's all you're going to be doing for that. You're going to be using the 5 articles that you decide to read, and you're going to fill them in the exact same way that I did on my example. Let's come back up here. The third thing you're going to do is you're going to read the article called nypost.com facebook.pdf. I already have that one open down here so that you can take a look at it. When you're ready for it, you click on this link right here, and it'll open up this article here. All right, this article is a pretty quick little read. It gives you tips on how to avoid fake news, how to identify it and dismiss it as fake news and not give it your attention. So, reading that is going to be one of your major tasks because it is going to lead you directly into your fourth task for this week. Create a public service announcement in PowerPoint containing 4 to 6 tips from the NewYorkPost.com Facebook PDF article to help people identify or at least question misinformation when they see it. So I went ahead and I created a couple of examples of what this might look like for you. So the first one is kind of messy. I did it without any template at all, but I did the basics here. I have 4 different tips. Be skeptical of headlines, investigate the source, check the evidence, and consider the photos. And then I also included a little picture for each one of those tips, and in my own words, I typed out basically what those tips are suggesting. I created a second one that's a little more organized. It's the exact same information, the exact same tips. I just wanted you to have multiple examples of what this might look like. So we're doing it all in PowerPoint. You pick 4 to 6 of the tips that they include in that article, and you use them to fill in the information on your own public service announcement. I'm confident that some of y'all's public service announcements will look far better than mine, but here it is, a basic idea of what it is I'm going to be looking for. All right, your fifth assignment would be to use that article to respond to the short answer question, what do you believe are the two most important tips that the author offers for identifying fake news? So, again, I've done a lot of the work for you. I've laid out step-by-step instructions for how to respond to this question. And then if you still need a little more help, right down here, I give you some sentence stems that you can use as well. And then finally, the last thing that it asks you to do this week is to use one of the articles from your analysis of news stories chart to complete the mood words assignment. So remember, this is what the analysis of news stories charts look like. You pick one of the 5 that you read and you use it to fill out your last task here. All right, mood words. Remember, the mood of a passage is the way that passage was intended to make its audience feel. What emotions was the author trying to evoke from his or her audience in that particular passage? So, here are the step-by-step instructions for completing that assignment. Choose 3 keywords from one of the 5 news stories that you analyzed in your analysis of news stories chart that help develop that article's mood. Type out the sentence in which each word was used, and please be sure to bold or underline the mood word in each sentence. Then finally, you're going to write a 1 to 2 sentences explaining how each identified word helped develop the article's mood. So I give you an example right down there. All right. So I took a quote directly from the article in which the word carcinogen was used. I underlined and bolded the word carcinogen to let my audience know that that is the specific mood word that I'm going to be focusing on. And then I wrote a quick little explanation down below of how that helped create the mood. I said by using the word carcinogen, the author of this article is able to create an alarming mood because most people are afraid of the prospect of developing cancer. So basically that's what you're going to do. You're going to choose whichever article you want to focus on, and then you're going to pick 3 words from that article that helped create an emotion or mood for it. So basically that's it. Let me go ahead and go back to the assignment page so that I can help you out a little bit there. Links to all of the necessary documents are right here. And then when you are finished, you can click right here. It says submit completed work here. You can click on that and it'll take you to the submission page. Right now we can't see it because I'm in student view. But basically that's where you're going to go. That's all that I have for you this week. If you have any questions, you can respond to this email. I look forward to seeing the work that you guys produce. Thanks.